Hey guys, I'm James from Venture Use Only. Today I want to show you our CVT tent Mt.bachlor, and we've had it just over a year now, and I just want to show y'all what it looks like after a year of having it. We've taken it around the country, we've slept in it for 30 days straight. We've gone on several little weekend trips. We've been in downpour, we've been in freezing weather, been in 90-degree weather, still slept in it just fine. We've gone on the Rubicon Trail with it, where we camped with it. We've gone on trails all the way out in Moab, and it's done very good. So, and we sleep in it very comfortable. It's worked every time for us. We sleep like babies every time we've been in it. So I just want to show y'all what it looks like after a year and a half of having it off-road, and see how it's held up. The reason why we went with CVT tent is just because of the quality and customer service of the company. We picked the tent up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Bobby, the owner there, helped us out. Very good guy, and any issues I've ever had, he's helped me out greatly. We were once over at the Bend, Oregon location, and I had broken one of my CVT shower tents, and they actually replaced it for free for me. Yeah, so the cool thing about a rooftop tent is you have a lot of options. You can put it on your car, your Jeep, your truck, SUV, or you can mount it on a trailer like we have it now. They get you up off the ground, where there's usually going to be rocks or mud or water, or in some cases snow. And they come with a foam mattress inside of them that's very comfy. It's like sometimes better than I'd have in a hotel room on the road. Usually when you close a CVT tent or any rooftop tent, they're going to be very clean. You might have a few leaves or some water sometimes on them, but unlike a ground tent, you don't have the ground dirt, the mud, and where you're tracking in the mud to the inside. Once you step on the ladder, you're kind of knocking off all the mud, and you can leave your shoes down on the ground. I've had no issues with water after opening the tent 1 or 2 days later. I like to open it as soon as I can, even if it's raining or if I know it's going to rain. I just open it, that way the mildew can't just build up in there. When closing the CVT tent in pouring rain, it's been no issues. When you close it, the mattress, anything you keep inside doesn't get wet, even if the tent is soaking wet. They are waterproof and water resistant, but you don't want to keep them closed in the bag with the water on them. So as soon as you can, just open it. Even if it's raining, just open it just so it's not sitting in there mildewing away. The CVT tent has a lot of ventilation, where you tend to build up more like humidity in some ground tents, or you'll have water dripping on you. I haven't had any water build up on the ceiling of the CVT tent yet. And I think that's just due to the ventilation that's in there. And the CVT tents, they help from guarding you from the wind and rain. Tell you the truth, you can be about 30-40 degrees in a good sleeping bag, and you won't need any heating from a little buddy heater or something like that. But we've been in cases where it was raining all day, all night, in 20-degree weather, and we just set our little buddy heater up in the Annex room, and the heat just rose to the top, and we stayed warm all night. So the CVT tent sets up in just minutes. It's got 3 windows that pop open, and then it's got the 4th little entrance exit area under the extension for it. And if we look up in there, first you'll notice it's got a really thick mattress. Have had no problems with it. Still in great shape. Inside the Mt.bachlor, this is the Stargazer edition, so it just means that the Rainfly has 2 clear plastic sections that you can, once you open this little covers, you can see right up at night. So it is really nice, and it does let additional airflow in. They have straps so you can pull yourself up. Don't really use them too much. It's not too bad to get up in these things. the bars, the hoops that they come with that hold it up. There's 3 of them, so that's what really makes the tent easy to set up. You literally just pull on the ladder and it pops itself up, and then if you need more ventilation, you can open the windows. It's got plenty of pockets to put all your stuff at night. These elastic bands that go across, there's 4 of them. They just help the tent close better when you're closing it. So since this tent is the extended version, it can use an Annex, which just zips onto the zipper here, and that works very good for if it's cold or a lot of bugs. The ladder is pretty nice. It's got different adjustment spots, or you can make your own. So you just slide it up and it'll lock into place. This trailer is a Colorado Pikes Peak trailer. The box is how they come. We did make an additional rack that doesn't come on it originally, and we made it so it can be raised 12 inches higher to use the Annex, and if you want the awning to be higher, and that just is with 4 pins and it'll raise up. So as you can see, CVT, they make really great tents, probably one of the best. Very thick canvas. The rods are held up fine. Everything is really tight. Even in the wind, it still does great. Nothing breaks, nothing is funny about it. You know, you'll hear a little bit of tent noise if it's windy, but there's nothing really to worry about. They make them to really hold up. That's about the most you'll get when it's really windy. Plenty of ventilation once you open it up. You can have fans that will circulate the air in there, and it does really great. This one is their smallest one. Since this is the Mt.bachlor, this is the skinniest tent that CVT makes, which was great for our off-road trip because it was the smallest tent, wouldn't hit anything. We still slept perfectly fine in here, just 2 of us. And that's about all you're really gonna get in the Mt.bachlor since it is the skinniest one they make. But 2 people, perfectly fine. You could squeeze another small child in there if you like, but that's what the Annex is for. The Annex, you can have more people down in there. The trailer that I had the CVT tent sitting on is a Colorado Pikes Peak trailer. This trailer is very strong. Gone on few off-road trips with it. I've gone several thousand miles out of town with it, and it's done great. It's got some big 33-inch tires on it. This trailer even has shocks on it, so it actually rides really smooth off-road. It just stays planted. There's no hopping all over the trail, and it is a very skinny trailer, so it'll fit just about anywhere. All these rooftop tents mount the same way. They have a bracket like this. There's a rod that goes across. You can mount them either way if you want the tent to open a certain way. So basically, if you have a car or truck, anything with just a rack that has a pole like this, you just get the right length bolts, and you can just put this bracket underneath, bolt it on, give it a slight bend is what they recommend when mounting it. And just double check your vehicle's dynamic roof rack load rating. As long as it's probably about 200, the dynamic rating, you'll be plenty fine to sleep in it. in the year that we've had it, it's been a game changer for us. It's been ready to just hook up and go on our trailer. Everything we kept inside loaded up, so on a Friday we were able to just hook up and go. Unlike other camping equipment where you have to load it all into your vehicle, you have to grab this and that, it was always ready to go, everything inside of it. CVT awning is really nice, really good quality. The canvas bag is the same as the tent bag, very strong. You can mount it pretty much wherever. 2 bolts will mount to on something else. This you can put on a car as well, roof rack or anything, as long as you can put their bracket on. Some people will even use hose clamps, anything like that. It works fine. The poles, they're telescoping. You just twist just barely and they lock into place, so you can adjust it to wherever you want it. I have this awning mounted to our Colorado Pikes Peak trailer. Right now I have the rack set on the lower setting. I did make the rack adjustable so the Annex could be attached and the awning can be higher, but even with it low or the way it is right now, you can still use it easily. You can still walk under it perfectly fine, and just set chairs up down here, and that's kind of how it works. And a lot of times you have it like this for if it's raining, the rain will just go back off. CVT uses these square patterns that have thread running through them. So basically, if you get a hole in one of the squares, the hole won't keep continuously ripping, so it just kind of stops right at that. These awnings do pretty good with light wind, but once you start getting a pretty good wind, they will catch the wind and want to hop around. So that's why you need to tie them down. There was one time where I didn't get a chance to tie it down in time, and it did mangle one of the poles. My fault, but I contacted CVT and they did send out another pole, and it's been great ever since. maybe check out a Jeep event or some kind of camping event. Usually they'll have one of these there. I know about every Jeep event I've ever been to, somebody at least has one of these, and you can see what they look like. I'm sure they'll let you up in there and see if it's something that you're gonna like before you actually purchase. And if you have any questions, you can probably call CVT and talk to them guys. Well, that's it for this review. Thanks for watching. If I helped you out or showed you anything that you liked, subscribe, like the channel. If you have any questions or anything you'd like answered, just comment down below and I'll comment back to you.